Today, boys and girls, for our math lesson, we're going to do a couple of different things. And then at the end of the math lesson, I'm also going to give a little science lesson that you're going to do today. So let's start out with the first part of the math lesson. What I want you to do is I want you to do your little timed math test for your +4s. Now you should find these in your packet. They're half sheets of paper. And at the top it'll say the +4s, and all the problems below will be a +4 problem, which you made with your flashcards last week. So I would like you to have your mom or dad set the timer for 2 minutes and see how many of those problems you can do on your own and get them correct. When the 2 minutes is up, please have your mom or dad correct the sheet of paper. There's 20 problems. And write down how many you got correct. And then I want you to fix the ones you didn't get correct or that you didn't get to, so that you'll have a good practice on the +4s. Now, what I mean by that, let me show you on my whiteboard. The +4 sheets will look like one of two ways. You might have 1 + 4 equals 5, or you might have 4 + 2 equals 6. So the +4 can be on the top or the bottom. Remember how we don't erase if we make a mistake? Just cross it out and write the correct answer. So for instance, if on 1 + 4, if I wrote the answer 7 and then I thought, oh, that's not right, cross it out and write 5. That saves you time. You don't want to spend time erasing. You want to see how many you can get done in 2 minutes. All right, so that's the first part of the math lesson today, is to do your time tests on +4. The second part is in your math packets, and it's called Practice 3, Comparing, Ordering, and Patterns. So what you're going to do on the next 2 pages is you're going to either be putting them in order, or you're going to be comparing them to a different number, or you're going to make a pattern. Let's look at the first example. First of all, I want you to notice the number line up here. You can use that to figure out any of the answers. In fact, it's a real good help. Example, 1 more than 23 is, so if I was going to do that on my number line, I'd go to 23. 1 more than 23 is 24. Also, if you're going to use the word less, 1 less than 35. So go to 35, and you're going to have to go backwards 1. 1 less is 34. So that's how you do this page. The next page looks like this. You're going to have to do some counting of sticks and finding which set has more and less. And that's how you do this side. Now for today, you are just going to do 2 sides. So it will be problems 1 through 16. We'll save the other problems for another day. So those are the 2 things that I have for you for math. Now I want to do a little science lesson with you. And what you're going to need to do your science lesson is a little booklet in one of your folders called Plenty About Plants. So you can put your name on the name line, by, and then your name. And this page can be colored because you like to have your booklets colored if you want to today, or you can do it another day if you feel more like it. The first page looks like this, alike and different. So we're going to read a little story, and then we're going to do the chart down here to see how plants and animals are alike and different. Plants and animals are alike in some ways. They are both living. They both need food and water. They both need sunlight and air to live. Plants and animals are different in some ways too. Animals can move around. Most plants have roots and stay in one place. Now I know some of you are thinking, oh, if the wind is blowing, the trees move and the grass moves. Actually, it's the wind that's moving them. The plants can't move by themselves. Animals find their food. Plants make their food. Remember how they take up moisture and fertilizer and they use the sun? And the chlorophyll in their leaves, that's their food. All right, so now you're going to look at the chart. Write an X to show if the phrase, that means just the few words, are about a plant or an animal. The phrases can also be about both. So let's go through number 1, needs air. Do plants, animals, or both need air? The answer is both. So we'll put an X on plant and an X on animal. They both need air. How about number 2, needs food? Think about that. Do plants need food? Do animals need food? Do they both need food? Number 3, needs water. Do plants and animals need water? Number 4, makes its own food. Now think about that. Do plants make their own food? Do animals make their own food? Number 5 says find its own food. So which one, the plant or the animal, finds their own food? And number 6 says moves around a lot. Now this means by themselves. They can move by themselves. Remember what we talked about? Plants can move with the wind, but animals move on their own. So you fill out the whole chart and you will have completed our first little science project about comparing animals and plants. Please do not continue on with this booklet until we have a little lesson on it. There are some other pages here that are fun to do, but I'd like to talk to you about it first before you do it. So if you color the front of the booklet and do the second page alike and different, that would be perfect for your science lesson for today.